let me know if the gobies should go in here or not. Interested. All right, everyone, George here, and I wanted to give you a quick update of the situation in the home gallery, previously known as a GFS gallery. Highline 400, doing very well. Just a joy to maintain and to consume, and yeah, really love this. This is the Scapeline 60 that was set up for freshwater gobies. There's a full video on that, which I'll leave a link to in the description. There's actually a playlist dedicated to this now, so you can check that out. We'll be rescaping this fully soon and rehoming the fish, and thinking of iwagumi, but with a different selection of plants. So fully kind of carpeted, but with tall reedy plants at the back. I've got some species here. Let's just look at them one by one, shall we? Halantium tenellum green. This is a super fast grower, very easy, and will carpet very quickly. Got 3 pots of that. Oh no, we've got 2 pots of that. We've got 1 pot of the Sagittarius subulata, which again is a very fast grower and a similar texture to the Halantium. Then we have Halantium bolivianum quadricostatus, which again is a very fast grower, same texture as the other Halantium, kind of in between size of the Sagittaria and the tenellum. And then we have Juncus repens, which is actually going red because of the intense light from this Chihiros. I think these are enough plants to completely plant the iwagumi. Unsure of the stone that I'll be using, but I will more than likely be getting that from Aquarium Gardens and take you on a trip there when I go. So that's the plan for this. I'm really aiming for this sort of really dense, grassy textured iwagumi, actually inspired by one of Ty Streetman's scapes that he actually did in a Scapeline 90 at Aquarium Gardens a few months ago. So that's the plan for this. Big fan of like using different sort of taller plants in iwagumi, because most iwagumis tend to be quite minimalist, not necessarily so comfortable for the fish, so something a little bit different. The gobies aren't out and about, I'm afraid, but I'll overlay some footage of those, they're so cute. Now this is interesting, this is the not brand new, this is the latest scape. It's 10 days old now, and it's doing really well. You can probably see some growth already, and it wasn't planted particularly densely at the start, but you can see the Marsilea hirsuta there has definitely got some new growth. The Schismatoglottis has got some new growth, and the stems at the back, both the Myriophyllum and Matacrescens and the Myriophyllum Guyana are definitely growing. And the ranunculus as well, showing some good growth. But I am having huge issues with the Gratiola here. This is Gratiola viscidula, and as you can see, it's melting quite significantly. So I'll probably take that out, and I might even extend the Marsilea all the way to the back here, or cut and replant some of the healthy growing portions of the ranunculus and move that to the back, and just write off the Gratiola as one of those things. It's an interesting topic, you know, why do plants melt? Let's have a little monologue about plants melting, shall we? So when you buy a plant, normally, hopefully, you get it in new condition, a really healthy pot like this. These are the 1-2 grow pots, or a regular kind of pot that's been grown in a greenhouse with hydroponics. Now, depending on how fresh that plant is from its supplier, can depend on kind of the chance of success you'll get with it in your own aquarium, and also depending on depending on how long it's been in the store, the conditions it's been grown in the store, and if actually that plant is suitable for your aquarium. So there's a lot of considerations, you know, in terms of is it suitable for your aquarium? Do you have enough light? Do you have enough CO2? We've got CO2 in here. Do you have enough circulation? We've got good circulation here. Do you have good liquid fertilisers? Which we do. I'm using the Scapeline range now. Yeah, I'm dosing a little bit of this every day. So all those things added together, good lighting, good CO2, good circulation, good fertilisers. I've got to talk about the soil as well. This is providing great nutrients for the roots. This is scapoline soil. All those things added together mean that the plant should do well, but in this case it hasn't. So, you know, what could it be? Now, let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts, but my thoughts are that it's just not suitable for my water chemistry. So I have very, very hard water here, and I just wonder if Gratiola prefers a softer water. And sometimes you just have to accept these things, you know. It's no point in getting sad or kind of despondent about it. Just accept it as a learning point, you know. Maybe I have to accept that I can't grow Gratiola in my aquascapes, but I can grow everything else, and that's a good thing. So try to look at the positives rather than focusing on the negatives. I forgot to mention the Echinodorus Rini here. This is beautiful, and it's growing quite well already. It's probably going to grow quite tall actually, so it's going to be interesting to see how this scape develops over the coming weeks and months. And yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm going to put fish in here or not. I've actually just put a one Ramswan snail in there for now. Check this guy out, beautiful little red snail. Hopefully it's not going to uproot too much stuff. But I'm a big fan of the Ramswans. You know, they're not really a pest snail in my opinion. They do really well at cleaning up. I do get a lot of questions about the Echinodorus here at the back. This is a mixture of Echinodorus, red diamond and red flame. And what can I say, it's just doing really well. It's lit with the Twin Star 900S at the back with a midday burst of a Twin Star 1200. Did a big video on including the lighting spec on a previous maintenance video, so check that out. But yeah, a lot of questions about this beautiful plant here. This is the Echinodorus Ocelot Green. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold if my voice sounds a bit dodgy. I've got a floating plant there, just a second. Do some live maintenance for you. I've still got my dressing gown on. It's early on a Good Friday morning, so having a little bit of a lazy day today. Just take that out there. This is the Ocelot Green, beautiful kind of marbled leaf shape. And I'm just astonished how well the Anubias is doing. You know, virtually no algae on there, just slow and steady growth. Fish are super healthy, plants are super healthy. Now, I wonder if I could put the freshwater gobies in here, but I did wonder if it's appropriate. You know, it hasn't got so much kind of flow, it's a bit warmer. It does have a lot of kind of coating on the pebbles at the front for food source, you know, alfuchs and algae, etc., microorganisms that they could feed on. But I just wonder if it's not really a community fish, maybe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I put the gobies in here? I will miss them. They're one of those kind of fish that they don't show themselves all the time. So when they do show themselves, you kind of feel a bit more rewarded. That's a lesson in itself, you know, just because, you know, you don't see that high impact all the time. When it does happen, it's even more beautiful. A bit like cherry blossom, isn't it? You know, a lot of countries have beautiful cherry blossom, but it only lasts like literally a few days. But I think it's all the more beautiful for that temporary kind of, you know, ephemeral visual impact that's giving us. You know, the more temporary it is, I guess, the more, you know, that's kind of gives you that more joy when it does arrive. So yeah, just a bit of a ramble there. Okay, that's, oh no, haven't looked at the cichlid tank yet, have we? Hi Betty. So this is the cichlid tank. He's maintaining. You can see the water level's dropped a touch, even though it's got a lid on it. It does have very, very slow evaporation. Fish are desperate to be fed, always. You can see that water's got like a tiny yellow tint on it. That's a combination of the colour rendition of the camera, but also over the week it does take on a little bit more of a yellow tinge. I guess it's just the amount of fish waste that's going on in here now. Considering using some chemical filtration, I do have some from Fritz, in fact, which I might fit in my Oase Biomaster, and this might hopefully help clean some of the algae off the rocks as well. I mean, I don't mind the algae, and the fish certainly don't mind the algae. They actually use it as a sort of food source as well. You do see them nibbling at the rocks quite frequently. But yeah, this is the Oase Highline 300, and it's just a joy. It's just so easy. Just one big water change every week, clean the filter every week, feed the fish every day, clean the glass, and just watch those fish grow. You know, they've been breeding. I do need to offload a load of fish actually. It's getting really overstocked now. So yeah guys, just a quick update. Happy Easter everyone. Easter holidays if you celebrate that kind of thing. And yeah, I look forward to producing the next kind of video, I guess, will be a high-end 4K step-by-step tutorial Iwagumi in the Scopa line 60. Let me know what fish you'd put in here. And let me know if the gobies should go in here or not. Interested. And what fish would you put in here? Lots of fish questions. Thinking might not put anything. Might put shrimp in here. Might actually use this as like a shrimp breeding tank, in fact. Yeah, that's a good idea. Anyway, rambling over. Cheerio. Take care. Happy Easter.